I'm here with Stewart Robson at the Maison de la Tortilla, which is a beautiful bar just outside Plaza Mayor, very much in the centre of Madrid.
And you've enjoying that food, aren't you?
Well, this is it, isn't it? It's interesting, though. You look at the place, you've got the queso, the cheese, and the jamon, and people have a the jamon, the ham.
Yeah.
People have a preference, don't they? Some like the jamon, some like the cheese, and it's a little bit like Klopp and Pochettino in that it's a discussion. It's an inevitable discussion as to if you're a player, who would you prefer to play for?
It's a difficult one because Klopp's style of football, the pressing and the press. I mean, Pochettino presses the ball as well, but not quite as much as Klopp. I think Klopp is an inspiring coach. I think if you're on, if he likes a player, they know they're going to be favourites. They know they can play well. They can play with that consistency. But I'm still worried a little bit about Klopp's defensive game plan. I mean, they were the best team in the league defensively.
Well, yes. What are you worried about?
That's because he bought the right players at the right time.
Right.
And he got the pressing side of the game better higher up the field. I would still have problems with maybe they hold too high a line. Alexander-Arnold doesn't always defend well in 1v1 situations, takes up wrong positions. Whereas Pochettino has done a job with Spurs. Yes, they've lost a lot of games this season, but Pochettino has kept Spurs at the top for several years now. Spurs were never a club that expected to be in the Champions League. They did it once with Harry Redknapp. Yeah. Most of the time they were struggling in the middle of the table, even down the bottom of the table. They tried many managers and couldn't succeed. Pochettino has taken them to the next level. That's why I think he's an excellent coach, an excellent man manager. And if I was a chairman and I was taking a manager from scratch, I would take Pochettino.
Despite the fact that Klopp has come in and obviously done what he's done with Liverpool, and they've got that record points tally, and they were so close to pushing this great Manchester City side all the way. You think Pochettino could have done the same with that Liverpool squad?
Yes. I'm not taking anything away from Klopp.
No.
Klopp's a fantastic man. He proved that in the Bundesliga with Dortmund, and the performances they put in. But I just think if I was taking over a club, a middle of the table club, not a team up the top, taking over a middle of the table club with a bit of money to spend, I'd want the best coach I could possibly have. Klopp is probably a better man manager. Right. Pochettino, I believe, would be a better coach. He's able to just vary his tactics. Klopp is very one-dimensional, but he does it very well. Pochettino's had to change and chop the players around, change the system, change from a back three to a back four. He's had a lot of work to do, but I think he's done it well.
Could Klopp have achieved what Pochettino has?
Probably.
With its Spurs team?
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing really between the two managers. If you were looking for the two managers to take you to the next level, Klopp and Pochettino would be those managers, because Pep Guardiola is the best coach in the world. They're just underneath it.
As a player, what would you prefer? The man management of Klopp, someone giving you a big hug? You don't like people touching you that much.
No, I was a bit uncomfortable with that.
Or the Pochettino, kind of the tactical aspect.
As a player, I always wanted to go on the field knowing what we were doing. Right. Knowing what the manager wanted. And that's why I'd want a good coach, a top-class coach. I'm not saying Klopp's not a top-class coach, because they know what they want to do when they've got the possession. They know what they want to do when they're chasing the ball and pressing the ball. But I just think Pochettino is the better tactician. So Pochettino over Klopp just by a hair? Ooh. No. No, wrong.
Thank you very much, Stewart Robson. We are here, of course, throughout the week, counting down to that battle between Pochettino and Jurgen Klopp, bring you up to date with everything you need to know ahead of the big final.